there are basically two things I look at, okay? Number one, sales, company sales. Now, this is just Chamberlain speaking. It's nobody else speaking. It's just me. I want to see if that the company's selling more of whatever they sell than they did last year. Because if revenues are going up, profits will go up. Maybe not right away, but profits will ultimately go up. And I also want to invest in a company that's number one in its industry. Okay? And that's easy to find out. I mean, that's pretty easy stuff to find out. There are industry associations, there are independent service companies. Just recently there was a report out about the PC makers, and it gave you the market share on all the computer makers and who has what market share and stuff like that. So those things are readily available online. They're not hard to get and very helpful. So those are basically the two things I look at. Sometimes I don't even look at that. I pretty much go on gut instinct. Okay? I pretty much walk through the mall. I'm the shopper in the family, and so I walk through the mall, and I look at stores that are busy, and I look at stores that aren't busy, and I look at what bags are people carrying, stuff like that. I kind of go with a lot of gut instinct, and it usually works pretty well. It usually works pretty well. You'd be surprised. I mean, investing is a simple process. I mentioned the direct purchase programs, a great way to buy stocks. And a lot of people like to put a lot of work into investing. I always equate it to learning how to ride a bike. Okay, you can go to the bookstore and find all kinds of magazines and books and videos about how to ride a bike, computer-generated graphics showing how the air moves over the tire and stuff like that and everything. But how do you learn to ride a bike? You put your cheeks in the seat and you start pedaling. Okay, that's how you learn to ride a bike. Okay? And you're probably going to fall a couple of times and skin your knee, but ultimately you'll get the hang of it and you'll learn how to ride a bike. Investing is the same thing. Just do it, and you'll become very comfortable with it. First investment my wife and I ever made. I don't talk about my own personal investments other than this one because I talked about it so much a lot of people already know it. But we had just gotten married, and we were, trying to get by on what we were making. And we got to thinking about the fact that every month we write out this damn check to San Diego Gas and Electric Company, okay? Wouldn't it be nice if they sent us a check every once in a while, okay? So we found out that San Diego Gas and Electric, as it was known back then, Sempra Energy today, has a direct purchase program where you can buy the stock directly through the company without having to go through a broker. And the minimum investment was $250. So it took us a few months, and we finally scraped together $250, and we bought our first shares of stock in this company and put it on an automatic program where every month they were authorized to take money out of our account and just let it go. And we still own it today, and it has been a phenomenal investment, pays a decent dividend. They don't raise it very often, unfortunately, but they've become a much more different company, much more diversified company. But it's paid for a couple of weddings and a number of other things, and yet it continues to be probably the core holding in our portfolio. And it was so simple to just get started. And for a while, I would look at the paper every day to see what the stock was doing. Okay, because back then we didn't have computers, so I'd have to wait till the next morning's paper to see what it was doing. And now I don't pay any attention to all the stocks we own. I honestly don't. My wife was opening the mail the other day, and we got a statement in for one of the companies, and I was upstairs in my office, and I heard this shriek, and I thought, oh, there must be a mouse in the house, or something. And she goes, have you looked at blankety blank stock recently? And I go, no, I really haven't. And she goes, it's at an all-time high. I said, well, that's really great. What's for dinner? It was of no interest to me. It was no interest to me. So that's the kind of mindset you got to get into to be successful as an investor.